Property taxes in Hendricks County. Indiana says your property taxes are capped at 1%, unless they're not. Hey Hendricks County, I'm Tony Janko, Mr. Hendricks County with the Janko Realty Group. If you're buying or selling a home here in Avon, Plainfield, Brownsburg, anywhere in Hendricks County, this video is for you, because whether your school district has a referendum or not can completely change what you pay in property taxes, and it can make a difference of hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars in a single year. In Indiana, the system is built on what they call a circuit breaker. For your primary residence, the homestead, your property taxes are capped at about 1% of the assessed value. If it's a rental or a second home, that cap jumps to 2%, and commercial properties, 3%. Sounds simple, right? But here's where it gets tricky. Those caps only apply to the base property tax. If your community votes in a local referendum, usually for schools, that portion is not bound by that cap. That means even if you thought your taxes were locked in at 1%, they could go higher if your school district has a referendum. Let's look at Avon as an example. Let's say you have a $300,000 home here. Under the 1% rule, you would think you'd have about $3,000 a year in property taxes. But Avon schools passed a referendum in 2018, and it's up for renewal in 2025. That referendum adds roughly 30% to the school portion of your bill. So for that same $300,000 home, you're looking at about $900 extra per year. So instead of paying $3,000, your new total bill comes in closer to $3,900. But here's a little bit of perspective on this. We've helped many families move here from Illinois, some from the Chicago suburbs. They're used to paying $7,000 to $8,000 in annual taxes on a $300,000 home. So when I tell them that Avon comes in under $4,000, even with the referendum, they don't always believe me. More than once they've said, Tony, it feels like we got a raise just by moving to Indiana. And they're right, that difference is gonna show up for them every month in their payment. Now let's compare some of the towns within Hendricks County. Plainfield doesn't have a referendum in place right now, so properties stay closer to that straight 1%. Now Brownsburg had a referendum in the past, 2015, and it was a big one. But they don't currently have the same kind of operating referendum as Avon does. Danville had a referendum measures before. They were mainly tied to renovations and building projects, but they do not have an active operating one today. And the other school districts, like Northwest Hendricks County and the Mill Creek School Districts, there's never been an active operating referendum. So looking at that, the basic math will tell you that a $300,000 home in Avon is likely going to be around $3,900 with that referendum. That same home anywhere besides Avon, say Plainfield, Danville, Pittsboro, is going to be closer to $3,000. That's a $900 swing each year. And over a decade of ownership, that's nearly $10,000. Now referendums aside, let's talk about the homestead deduction. Many people don't understand this, but the mortgage deduction is gone. So this is the deduction that matters. Filing your homestead deduction locks your property into that 1% cap. Without it, you're automatically getting bumped up to 2%. Not too long ago, someone called us for help in determining what their home would sell for. They'd been in their home for years and they never filed a homestead. Their taxes were being calculated at a 2% rate instead of 1%, and they were overpaying by over $4,000 every year. And they can't get that money back. We helped them get this corrected, and moving forward, they were going to remain at that 1% cap. And here's another advantage to living in Hendricks County. Many Hendricks County homes are assessed below their true market value. So even though the law says 1%, many homeowners end up paying an effective tax rate of about 0.8 of 1%. Here's a myth I hear frequently. If my home value goes up, my property taxes are going to skyrocket. That's not exactly true. Yes, assessments can and will rise. And yes, referendum can bump that bill, but appreciation usually beats taxes by a mile. Say your Brownsburg home is worth $300,000 today and it jumps to $320,000 next year. That's a $20,000 gain in equity. Even if your taxes were to go up by that 1%, which is $200, you're still almost 20 grand ahead, $19,800 to be exact. So that's like paying $200 to the bank to get $20,000. I'll take that trade every day. For buyers, this matters because taxes affect your escrows that affect your monthly payment. You might love a house in Avon, but when you see that escrow line, it's about $80 higher per month than a nearly identical home in Plainfield. Over a year, that's nearly $1,000. For sellers, your tax picture can make or break a sale. I've had 2 nearly identical Avon homes at the market at the same time. One had the homestead filed and one didn't. Buyers have to qualify for a loan that includes the principal payment, interest, and taxes. The payment on the second home, the one without the homestead, was nearly $300 more a month. And because of this, significantly less buyers qualified for this payment, even though the price of homes were both exactly the same. In the end, we sold both homes, but the home with the homestead filed sold quicker, for more money, and with less concessions paid to the buyer. Thinking about relocating to the Indianapolis area? Well, I've got just a thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it below. From top employers to the best hospitals and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me, 100% free. Just click the link in the description below or the top pinned comments. Hope that helps. So here's the bottom line. Indiana's property tax system is one of the most buyer-friendly in the country. The 1% cap gives predictability, the homestead deduction locks in your savings, and the referendums, well, they're the wild card. Avon has one now, no one else in Hendricks County does, but that always can change. Even with Avon's referendum, a $300,000 home comes in around $3,900 a year. Still about half of what you would expect for a $300,000 home in Chicago. And this is why so many families continue to move to Hendricks County. If you're buying, building, or selling anywhere in Hendricks County, give us a call, shoot us a text, or visit MrHendricksCounty.com. We'll help you calculate your true monthly payments and make sure you make the smartest move for you and your family. We've helped over 750 families buy, sell, or build right here in Hendricks County and have a perfect Google review rating from our clients. If you found value in this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and drop a comment below. How do Indiana's taxes compare to where you're moving from? I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.